Now, just because you have a teaching degree does not mean you have to stay in teaching. And I'm going to show you 10 alternative careers for teachers. And make sure you stay tuned because I even have an idea of how to help you fund that transition into a different career. Well, if you are looking for ways to get out of the day-to-day grind of teaching, then you have definitely come to the right place. So please subscribe, and I put out new videos every Wednesday, so please hit that notification bell so you get alerted as soon as a new video comes out. Are you starting to feel that teacher burnout? That, oh God, I don't want to go to work today kind of feeling? Well, I am here to help you out. I'm going to talk about 10 alternative careers that you can consider. And my husband's family is loaded with teachers. His mom's a teacher. 3 of his siblings are teachers. My niece from my sister's family, she's also a teacher. So I definitely know what you're talking about, and I know alternative careers that can be helpful to you. All right, so if you're toying with the idea of getting out of the classroom, you can look at a number of options, some of which are related to teaching and others are not. So I'm going to first talk about 5 that are related to teaching. The first one being you could become a tutor. Now, there is a huge demand for very, very good tutors, particularly in math if you're strong in math. So all you need to do is start building up a clientele base. You can use your network of being a teacher already and find students, number 1, that you like, and number 2, that you want to help, and offer your tutoring services. Tutors can get anywhere from $20 to $100 an hour depending on what you're teaching, and many, many parents would be more than willing to pay you happily for your services. Now, similar to being a tutor is you could actually become an at-home school teacher. I have seen this a lot where people do not have their kids in traditional school. They take on homeschooling, but they don't quite have what it takes to do it, or it is harder to do than they thought. Obviously, you're a teacher, you know how hard it is, but some of these parents don't know that. So you can actually meet up with parents who are interested in homeschooling and offer your services as a private homeschooler. They probably would be really, really happy to have you take that off the plate for them. Another thing that I have seen is there are a lot of teachers that they get into teaching, but in the end they love coaching. So they actually would prefer to be coaching, just coaching, instead of also teaching. So I have seen where teachers create their own sports program for volleyball or soccer or any of those types of sports, and they get the parents to sign up for it, and they have their own coaching practice, and oh my gosh, are they happy campers. Now, the next one is related to teaching, although not directly. You could consider going into corporate sales for teaching supply companies. There's a lot of money in sales, and one thing that companies really look for are salespeople who actually know the product and know what they're doing. And you as a teacher would have better knowledge of these things than almost anybody out there. So it might take quite a bit of resume shoving and back and forth and getting some rejections, but keep knocking on that door because there are definitely companies out there who would love to have a teacher on their sales force. And another way related to teaching is you could actually create your own online courses. So let's say you're awesome at math and you have people always asking you, teach me how to do math. If you create an online course and you market it online, you will have a ton of people signing up for your course. Some of these courses get upwards of $1,200, $1,300. I've seen some as little as $200. So depending on what type of math and how much you put into it, you could actually make a full-time income creating courses to teach the subjects that you love to teach. So now that you're considering getting out of teaching, I am very curious how long you've been thinking about it before you actually started actively looking for solutions. I know my niece, she did not have a great experience her first year of teaching, so it didn't take her long to say, okay, I'm ready for a break, I want to do something different. But write in the comments below how long you have been considering switching out of the classroom. Okay, let's move on to alternative careers that you could consider that are really outside of teaching. The first one, which is near and dear to my heart, is become a blogger. Teachers are highly organized, highly instructional people, and blogging is a perfect fit for teachers. It requires a lot of work. It requires really good grammar and organization. And so it is a perfect fit for teachers. You do not necessarily have to blog about teaching. You could blog about anything that you want, but blogging is a fantastic career for teachers. I've got a video here about how I made my first $1,000 blogging. That was a while ago. It does only go up from there, so it is really a great career for teachers. Along the same lines as writing a blog, you could actually create content for other people, whether you get hired by a corporation to write their content, and by content, it can be anything that is on their blog, their website, their apps. My daughter does this for a living. She loves it. She makes good money and she has great benefits. So becoming a content creator is something that would be a very good fit for teachers. Now, another career that I have seen teachers moving into is to become what they call a high-end nanny. Now, a lot of parents have very demanding corporate jobs. They have children. They honestly don't have the time that they should devote to their children. So they're willing to pay good money to bring in somebody who not only is just a babysitter, but somebody who really helps these children grow and mature and learn lessons of life and do homework with them. And it is a great fit for teachers to come in and bring their knowledge base of working with kids into a home where somebody really needs the extra help, and you could provide the help for them and the support for their children. And quite honestly, they're willing to pay quite a bit of money for that. Okay, another job that is a great fit for teachers is to become a real estate agent. Now, that does require an additional class and a test, an exam you have to pass, and frankly, the exam's kind of hard. My daughter is a real estate agent, and once she passed the exam, then she had the freedom and flexibility. She can work as much or as little as she wants. She chooses to work a lot, but it can really pay off. So with real estate, you do have a lot of flexibility. If you're willing to put in a lot of hard work and time, you actually can make really good money, or you can choose to work part-time and make part-time money, but it is a good fit for teachers because it requires organization, scheduling, and being able to follow through on tasks. And of course, teachers are fantastic at that. And finally, my last non-teaching school related job is to become an editor. Now, there are a couple of ways you can do this. You can either go apply for positions as an editor at companies, and you would work in their office with them, editing anything from their websites to their apps to whatever content that they need edited. Or you can do it yourself, create your own consulting business as an editor. You would want to start by putting up a listing on a site like Fiverr, and I'll put a link to that below. And then you just start offering your services as an editor. And there are tons of bloggers and content creators out there that really desperately need a good editor, but they don't know where to find one. They go to Fiverr, and there are editors they can choose from, and you can get a great start that way and build up your own client base of editing. So now I've given you 10 ideas of how you can get out of the classroom and potentially leave teaching altogether. But if you'll notice, a few of them are about starting your own business, whether it's a consulting business or an online business. And sometimes that requires a little bit of time to get up and going. And you might need some funding in between your paycheck as a teacher and when that money starts rolling in. I personally used a source of income to start my own small business. It was tapping into a 401k. You can do the same thing with a 403b. I've got a link to the PDF below. It has tons of information so you can look at it and decide, is this the right way for you to finance your own small business transition and reinvest your own money that you've worked for in yourself? I know when I did it, I have a better return on that investment now than I did when it was in a traditional 401k. The same could be true for you. If you are tapping into your 403b, which it does not matter what age you are, you can do this. I've got the link to it below. So check it out and see what you think, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have about it. If you found this video helpful on exploring some options to you for leaving the teaching field, then please give it a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe. And if you're really interested in creating your own freedom-based business where you're kind of bucking the system a little bit, go ahead and type #bucket in the comments below. I really look forward to being with you on this journey to a new career path and financial freedom for you. Again, my name is Heather. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time on The Freedom Strategy.